Last year at the Oscars, when Joaquin Phoenix won the Oscar for Best Actor, he gave a wonderful speech, a great tribute to all the animals in the world, and nobody knew that he was preparing for this great documentary. Could you tell us?
I will surprise you. Even he didn't know about it. He didn't know about it neither. So it happened opposite. I was making a film independently from him, but every morning I was talking to my team, kind of to motivate. So we were coming every morning, 4 o'clock, and we were waiting before GUNDA wakes up. And before she wakes up, I was making motivation speech to my team, like why we are here, what is the purpose of this movie, what is the purpose of life, Russian, Russian pathetic speech. So, and then when he made this speech in Oscar, people start calling me saying, did you write this speech for Phoenix? I said, no. But he's just repeating word by word what you just said to us every day. So it was opposite. I tell you funny thing. In fact, I was hating Phoenix before because 1 year ago, my film Aquarela came out to the cinema in the very same day as Joker. And all distributors around the world was calling me saying, Victor, sorry, we cannot do anything. Joker beat us totally. Joker is everywhere. Joker. All like people just want to see Joker and no one goes to see Aquarela. And I said, who is this Joker? What the hell? What the hell? What the guy killed my movie? So, and I didn't even want to see the Joker, Of course, I knew who is, but I was kind of emotionally mad. And suddenly, he called me after watching. So when we learned that his speech was full of empathy towards animals, we sent him movie immediately. The movie was not ready yet. It was almost, we were in the sound stage. So and he saw it and he called me immediately saying, finally, someone made movie about animals as they are. Someone didn't make movie in slaughterhouse or didn't pay attention how horrible conditions they live in, but someone made finally movie about animals themselves, how they are, to pay attention to their personalities. And he said, I want to be with you, I want to help you. And I said, listen, guy, finally you pay me back. Now he said, yes, I will pay you back. Your movie will be in every corner in the world.
That's really wonderful. Let me ask you, why did you decide to celebrate life of animals as they live? You didn't treat animals like goods, like value. They're valuable when they die in our society. But you gave them the opportunity to live, because for me it was beautiful, because we're not used to see that. We're used to see animals like something to explode or to kill or to eat.
Yeah, this is miracle that this is the dilemma, because listen, I don't understand one thing. All of us, when we were a kid, we were reading fairy tales, right? And the fairy tales were full of animals, right? It's always like this, the rabbit, the fox, and the
chicken,
always, right? And then when we becoming older, we have pets at home and we love them, right? We love dogs and we adore them, and we will never imagine we are eating them, right? And what I don't understand, how is possible that we don't make this connection? But we don't make connections that animals you eat have same life, personal life, emotional life as animal you adore. I don't understand this trick, but there is a strange gap between this is, we learn to disconnect our symbolic life with our actual life. This is, I don't know how it happened, but it is.
Victor, why did you choose Norway, Spain to be the in the UK to be the locations for the movie? And how did you do the casting?
Yeah, this is good one. The story is, I was trying to find money for many years, and for 20 years I was searching in Germany, in France, in the UK, but I was not able to find. Probably time came when people start to be able to understand this story and able to say maybe there is something interesting here. Before it was not possible to convince any producer. So I was happy to convince Norwegian producer to work on it. So, and the first farm we visit was GUNDA's farm. And GUNDA actually chose me. She was from 20 pigs on the farm we saw. She came to me herself. But the rest of the film, it happens that we realize that if we film a normal farm, the animals are, you paying attention to the bad conditions they live, and you pay attention to their suffer too much without paying attention to their personality. Then we realize that there are sanctuaries, which are a lot of in England, a lot of them in England, some of them in Spain, when animals lives until the, so do you know, in America there are also some. So it means it's not a farm, it's a place when people give them chance to live freely and live until they want to live. I mean, until their natural death. So in those places, animals are much more friendly. They're not afraid of people. And this is why my portrait of cows so beautiful, because they're grandmothers. They're grandmothers. One of them 20 years old, another one 22, another one 27. They're very old, and you see in their eyes life behind. And also chickens, you know, that those chickens in the films, they never been outside. And it's also sanctuaries. In Wales, people bought them from slaughterhouse, and they gave them opportunity to live. So those chickens first time came out from the cage, first time in their life. And they never experienced freedom, they never experienced skies, they never experienced, even they never saw birds.
Fresh air.
Fresh air.
Life,
so,
yeah.
Exactly. So this is why this is why it's so amazing to see, have the experience freedom and happiness and joy. So yeah.
I love the way that you brought the camera to their own perspective.
Absolutely.
You didn't shot like
absolutely. It was very important.
On an arrogant, you were not the arrogant human.
Absolutely. And from the first second in the beginning, we decided we need to be in the level of animals. And for example, for piglets, we even made we were digging a lot to put to dolly on the ground, below grounds and below surface. That camera is just on the surface, touching grass. So just to be always not higher than level of piglets. Yeah, you are absolutely right.
So, Victor, do you think that the pandemic has to do with the way we have been treating the planet?
One way or another, definitely. One way or another, definitely. But we need to think like this. We are here, the guests, not virus. The virus were here before us, much before us, right? Virus is just reacting on our on new situation we are giving them. So we are changing environment, and then viruses changing themselves. So viruses were here, and also if, let's say like this, if no one knows the source of the virus, when it came from, the place, some ideas it was in the market. If it's true, it's very bad news for us. We have to understand what we are doing. In the nature made border between species, natural border. For example, a tiger and lion, they never together, right? In the same forest. They separated in a way. Nature made it in a way they will never meet each other, right? Why? And we made in a market, we put in the same corner, in the same plate, dead animals from very different corners and put them together. And then we surprise that some new bacteria or virus appears. So we have to be very careful because we are dominating planet, but planet is much stronger than us. Do you know this? Do you know that in Guatemala they found the city below 4? They're using kind of laser sensors, and they found out that a huge city in Guatemala which is below jungle, and you don't see it, but it's for 1 million people city.
Like a Mayan city, Maya?
Yeah. And where is this civilization? Why it disappear? Why it disappear? And this is not the first one, right? We don't know how many civilizations before disappear. And it will happen with us if we are not careful. If we dominate and we kill everyone around us, then nature one day or another have rights to kill us, right? Unfortunately, it is true.
I will classify the movie as very poetic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're right.
Was that your intention? This beautiful tribute to animals that we, some people despise them. They're just products to be eaten, or?
Yeah, you know what? I consider poetry as a top of art because poetry, you can never describe how it appears. Because literature, it's a complicated literature, like normal literature, is a process, long process of intellect and talent together. But in poetry, it's not enough. In poetry, long process of working and talent is not enough. In poetry, it should be also magic. When words appears from nowhere, but words appears somehow, and you put words together which people knew before. You use few words which people knew before and used before, but you put them in different order, and suddenly appears meaning which never been before. So this is magic of poetry, and no one knows how it appears. Even poet doesn't know how it appears. Same with cinema. I believe cinema is, I always say, people think, oh, in cinema you need to have story, you need to have character, and you need to have cinema language. Then these three components to make great movie. And I would say not enough. I would say yes, story, yes, character, yes, cinema language, plus magic. Magic to make it unrepeatable. And no one wants to repeat it. I cannot imagine that someone else will make movie about pigs. No one will make movie about pigs. No one will try.
Victor, the Berlinale, were you happy?
Absolutely. You mean Berlin Film Festival?
Yes.
Yeah, it was magic because it was beautiful because it was the last moment. We did not know what will happen, right? And I was pathetic. In premiere in Berlin. I was saying, oh, if we behave like this, if we are killing over 1 billion pigs a year, nature will punish us. And next week, pandemic started.
It's true, February, yeah. I have another question. Why did you decide the format of documentaries to express yourself as a filmmaker and to tell a story, to be a storyteller?
I don't believe in storytelling. I'm sorry. I always protest when someone say cinema is to tell story. I protest because I believe cinema is to show something, maybe story, maybe not, but not to tell. To tell, you can write a book. To tell, you can choose radio journalism. To tell, you can you can even be director in theater, whatever. But cinema is to show, not to tell. And why I chose it, I don't know. That it happened above me. It happened above me. I don't know. I cannot imagine myself doing anything else. You know, in Amsterdam, there is a museum of Rembrandt. There is a museum of Rembrandt. This is the guy most productive painter in the planet. For example, most famous painter of the world is Leonardo da Vinci, and he made only 16 paintings, only 16. Even he is the most famous painter of the planet with his Gioconda and Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah. In the opposite pole, there is a Rembrandt. He made few thousand pictures. He invented a lot of technique. He invented a lot of colors. His house, he invented printing system. He is like laboratory of painting and printing and everything. In his house, if you go in Amsterdam, there is one room. In that room, there is almost nothing but chair and chair facing window. So it means that guy who was painting 1,000 pictures has had time to just sit and look from the window to the street. And this is how I imagine beautiful artists. And this is what I remember in my childhood. I was always watching from window because there is nothing better than, people say, meditation. Why do you need meditation if you can just look to the planet, look to the people around you, look to the cats passing, the birds flying, to the wind, to the snow, to the rain? Isn't it beautiful? Is it the best meditation possible?